Hey, what's good, y'all? Yeah, man, real quick, I wanted to talk about something a little different than boxing today. And this specific topic, I wanted I want the opinions of those who have the mental fortitude to think outside of the box. And what I'm referencing this to is um life after death. And I know that that's a touchy subject to some or to most, right? And you know, a lot of us have been told that, when you live and the way that you live, when you die, your suffering is predicated and based upon how you lived your life. You know what I'm saying? And it's supposed to be a bad place or a good place that you go to after you leave here. At least that's what a lot of us have been taught. And um, they reference a lot of this suffering to a place called hell, and a place where you supposedly burn for all of eternity. And my whole thing with that is I don't know what's after here, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think that nobody else can tell you what's after here unless they already left, experienced it in some type of way, came back and they remember what they saw or experienced. Other than that, anything else is just an opinion, just someone's opinion. No one's no more right than nobody else, in that aspect. I mean, now you can be subjective in what you feel makes sense to you, but at the end of the day, there is no real right or wrong answer, to people who haven't crossed over yet. With that being said, um when you're alive, you feel, you know what I'm saying? When you're alive, you felt how it feels to burn yourself. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's come close to some type of something that was hot, whether it was an oven, you know what I'm saying? Something that females do their hair with, a curling iron. I don't know what a lighter, you know, anything, you know what I'm saying? Most of us have felt what it feels like, and the only way that you can feel that is when you're alive, because when you're dead, when you're no longer here, uh that feeling is, the physical feel to pain and to touch is gone, right? Along with life, you know what I'm saying? So when life leaves the body, so does all those physical attributes that come or are incorporated with life. I'm sure we could all agree to that, because if you've ever touched a person that's no longer here, a loved one, and you kiss that person, or you hold that person's hand, they're in their casket or whatever, they're stiff to the touch, they're cold, and they're not feeling what it is that you're doing. This is why they call it dead. That's why they say it's a dead body, because it's nothing there. It's just the shell of what that person once was, what was once inhabiting that body. So, in my opinion, to believe that a person is to burn, physically, or feel that type of pain after they've already experienced the pain that caused them to leave this earth, I don't know. It's just kind of crazy to me if you really think about it. The only way to feel the physical pain is to be in a body. If you don't have a body, the physical pain is gone. You know what I mean? So someone would have to really break that down and make it make sense. I know it's time. I mean, I got to get scientific on these motherfuckers, man, because, people will tell you anything, and when it comes to common sense and when you start asking questions, you know, people start catching attitudes and want to, get all derogatory with you and shit like that, you know, you know, call you all out your name, or maybe call you call you a know-it-all, or you know what I mean, even incorporate you with some type of evil simply because they can't answer your simple questions, because they never had the courage to ask these questions. You know what I'm saying? And this is why they instill fear. You know what I'm saying? Because if a person is fearful of something, they're not going to want to question it. You know what I mean? You're afraid. So why would you question it? You're just going to go along with whatever it is you're told, and then you're going to spew the same nonsense that you've been told, just like most of our people have done for hundreds of years. You know what I mean? Especially since religion came into play, and that goes for all religions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about spirituality. You know what I mean? I'm talking about as far as incorporating yourself with a certain ritualistic group of people. That's religious. That's religion. When that shit came along, yeah, that's when a lot of bullshit came along, you know. So get in the comment section. Tell me how you feel about burning for all eternity and that notion, and if it makes sense to you. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that never really sat well with me, even when I was a child and didn't have the knowledge that I do now, or like I said, the understanding or confidence to actually look deep into things without thinking that I was going to get in trouble for thinking a certain way, right? Just think about that. The thought that you could possibly get in trouble for asking your parents something that makes sense, that may not make sense about your religion. You could possibly get like an ass whipping for something like that. That should let you know right then and there that it's something not right about it. You know, you're gonna whip your child for asking an educated question, like all because of something that you believe in that you don't even know is true. It's just coming from a book. You know what I'm saying? And you're willing to put that before your own goddamn child, and willing to make your child suffer because they asked you an educated question that you can't answer, because you're fearful to answer, because you feel that it shouldn't be questioned. The specific entity shouldn't be questioned. You know what I mean? It's wrong to do that. Do not lean towards thy own understanding and all of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Well, even in that, nowhere in any of those basic instructions before leaving earth, Bible, does it say be a fool? Even if someone else did write it, they're still not telling you to be a fool, or if they're even talking to you, because the last time I checked, Gentiles were the lesser than. If you're talking about the Bible, Gentiles were the lesser than. You know what I'm saying? They were the lowly. They were the people that got kicked around, the slaves or whatnot. You know what I mean? So, a lot of people are intertwined, and they're incorporating themselves with something that wasn't even made for them, and wasn't even directed to them as a way of life, because they're not the specific race of people that this book was even talking about. And they wonder why when they pray for certain things, nothing never fucking happens, and you still got to keep getting up to go to work to every day until you die, regardless of how much you go to church and regardless of how much you ask for. Your success only is going to come from the actions that you put forth, regardless of your faith. If anybody wants to disagree, feel free to get in the comment section and tell me where's the lie at the end of the day. Black Dr. Phil, I'm out, man.